All right, just finished up the 100 unit inspection. We want to share what we've learned. Now, this is like our 9th, maybe 10th, 11th apartment inspection. So you guys will know what to look for. Again, we're bringing you on this journey of the 100 unit apartment so you can learn for your own journey. So initial thoughts. So this is a totally updated asset. Every single unit has been significantly upgraded. Can you talk about the upgrades in the units?
Yeah, so they rated all the units. There's dishwashers. Some of them have washers and dryers, which is really nice.
It's part of what they're adding right now.
Granite countertops, vinyl plank flooring,
stainless steel appliances.
Yep, and then like
backsplash,
bathrooms are like
dual
double
nice.
sinks, which are nice.
Yeah.
Very large unit. So yeah, I mean, it's 2024 standards.
Yeah, so they did all of that. The big thing was what we came through and checked the mechanicals. So, and guys, full transparency, I'm more of the asset management. I'm more of the, I negotiate the terms, the financing, the deal. Andrea is more the operations and the property management side. Talk a little bit, if someone's going through an inspection on maybe a 4 unit or an 8 unit, when we say mechanicals, what does that mean? What do they need to be looking for? And we definitely need to talk about like what we said when we walked away from that. Guys, there is no way we would have been able to walk that 100 unit. And we walked units, we walked every basement, we walked, I mean, we were there for hours.
Right.
There's no way we could have been able to do that had we not had the experience of every apartment that led up to that. No. So before Ange breaks that down, guys, don't be in a rush. Don't be in a rush to get to these massive units. Like, our confidence and our expertise comes from, we started with a 7, then we did an 8, then we did a 12, then we did a 16, then we did a 56. I would have ran.
Oh yeah.
Dude, there was poop water. There's poop water just.
I know, but that's like the least of my concern.
That concerns me though.
Yeah.
Because I'm like E. coli up in this. I took microbiology in college. I know what E. coli, listeria testing, all that. So what do they need to look for? What are some of the things we looked for? What did we notice? And what do they need to look for on an inspection of mechanicals for a smaller apartment building?
I think the biggest thing is knowing if like the type of HVAC system. So,
what's HVAC mean?
So if you're looking at it and they're like, okay, hey, there's one furnace in the basement for all 4 units, or each apartment has its own furnace and air conditioner. So those are huge things. So like this one has in-wall AC units. So I know if one goes, that's like $200 maybe. But the ones that have central AC, which is great, there's a great upside to that because you can ask for more in rent, and people love that. But the flip side is to replace the central AC is a lot more expensive. So like this building, for example, there were furnaces and boilers. So
right, which is
right. So you want to look at that and say like, okay, a boiler might last longer, but that compared to a furnace, and different maintenance too, right? So you got to take all that into consideration. Again, it's not something to scare you, but just be aware of how you're maintaining your property, because after you purchase, it's all how you maintain it, how long it's going to last.
Yeah, that's where you make your money's operations. And something too, we used to use a residential inspector that we kind of grew with. So they used to do like our single families, multifamilies. Today, we ask for a referral. So guys, always ask for referrals. Always ask for referrals for a multifamily specific inspector. And man, it was a game changer. I mean, he was ripping through things. He knew exactly what to ask. I don't know anything about mechanical stuff. Like I know nothing. And I'm okay to know that. Know your strengths, know your weaknesses. So you need a team of people who understand it. My wife understands way more. I mean, she's walking through with the inspector, writing stuff down, and he's explaining things to me about the electrical box. And then, guys, I swear to God, all I'm hearing is like, boom, 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 boom. But I know the deal. I know the marketing. I know the negotiation. I know the cap rates. I know the NOI. Andrea doesn't really know that stuff as much. So it's like, to have that partnership is key. Things we know we're going to have to investigate further is some of the major mechanicals of that. To us, that was not disclosed, that some of these might need repair or replacement. So you go through your inspection, and this is the big tip for you guys, and this is where we see a lot of newbies make the mistake. They get a property under contract, because my wife's a broker, so if you're looking to buy real estate in the state of Michigan, definitely hire us, because we walk the walk, right? And they'll tie a property up, they'll get it under contract, and then they'll just start trying to renegotiate for random things that just, like, they're like, oh, the numbers don't work, so I need $1 million off. Go through your inspection with a good, credible inspector. Anything that was not disclosed to you is fair game. Now, if they disclose to you, hey, the roof's gonna go, we're not replacing the roofs, and then you do an inspection, you're like, I need money for the roofs, they're gonna be like, hey, dude, I told you that.
Yeah.
But if they do not disclose something to you, like the roofs or major mechanicals, whatever, and you find that in your inspection report, and you have it documented, and you get what? Quotes. You get actual quotes of how much it is to replace that. You go back to the seller, you say, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Seller, you didn't tell me all the furnaces are past their usable lifespan. They're not functioning properly, and I need 10 of those for $3,000. You didn't tell me. That puts you in a strong place for negotiation. But where we see a lot of rookies make a mistake is either just start asking for random renegotiation. No one likes a retrader. Retrader is when you renegotiate for something that's not viable, just to do it, you know? To say like, oh, the numbers don't work. Well, you were supposed to run those numbers, so why don't they work, right? What's changed? Get a quote, go back to them and say, hey, you didn't disclose this, and then that's fair game. And be willing to, you know, walk away if something doesn't work for you. So where we're at now with the process is we're going to get the reports. We still need to check out all the roofs and all that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, did we see anything today where we're like, we need to run away?
No, and at the end of the day, those mechanicals that are, you kind of know walking into an older building that, hey, I bet you a handful of these furnaces are older.
Yeah.
So again, not that that wasn't disclosed, so we can't use that as far as concessions, but it also, I guess that's the point of being an experience of walking through buildings, because at least where we are, we're not looking at new construction, because that's not happening around in our area.
1976.
Yeah,
right.
so I mean, again, that's not shocking to us of the conditions of things, but also to compare it to a building we do own.
Yes.
Very well maintained. You can, again, these furnaces, boilers, water heaters, when they're maintained the right way, they can last their lifespan.
100%. So guys, if this was helpful, let us know. Again, we're just sharing the process with you. I wish I could show you more right now. There's not much to show because, again, we have to respect the privacy of the owner and the deal. If you have any questions about this, let us know. One thing I want to mention too, as my car's beeping at me here, like when we sold our 12 unit, again, be specific in what you ask for. Remember, he did an inspection. It was a residential inspection. And he's like, they want you to fix everything that's on here.
Right.
And it's like fucking GFI is not to call. Like, don't do that. Don't do that.
And that's even a point.
It's like fix the light switch. Is like don't do that on a. If you're buying a house, you can ask.
I was just gonna say to the point being though,
the broker says
you gotta know what you're getting into.
Yes.
Again, like you're gonna walk into any older property.
There's gonna be shit wrong with it.
And they're gonna say, oh, this isn't code. So it's again understanding just the buying process in general. We actually just talked about this the other day with a client. If you go in with the full inspection report, they're gonna go, well, no kidding, it's not 2024 standard.
And I've got an amateur here asking for.
It goes on both residential and investment properties of kind of knowing, you know, if you live in a home that's 2024 standards and you're going into an investment or another property, just kind of know in general.
Know what you're getting into.
Correct, so that you're not, because you're never going to. They're not going to rewire an entire house or an entire apartment. So don't let that, I guess, don't let that overwhelm you, because in the beginning, it can be overwhelming to hear that, oh, this isn't code, that's wrong. So just don't let that overwhelm you. Love that. Very specific advice. Bam. So guys, stay tuned. What the journey next is going through all the inspection reports, going through the financing. It needs a phase 1 survey and an appraisal, and then potentially the closing. So again, bringing you along with us. If you enjoyed the video, let us know. If you have any questions for us, don't hesitate to reach out. Until next time, we'll talk soon. Inspect that camera lens. Bam. So if you enjoyed today's episode, we want to hear from you. We want to get your feedback. I love when we get comments. I love when we get feedback. I hate just doing a video and not hearing from you. So here's what I want you to do. Number 1, drop a comment. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What do you want to see more of?
What are your thoughts? If you have any questions, put them below. If you notice, guys, I respond to all of my comments personally, and I'm always going to do that. So drop a comment below. Be sure to like the video because it helps us get to more people on YouTube. Be sure to share the video if it's helpful. Please just share it with a friend. That would be a huge value add to us. I have a couple free resources for you. Number one, you want to learn more about wealth creation, the mindset around wealth, how I went from working in my business, building a business, to investing into real estate, all from starting from scratch with food stamps, Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Get my book. It's called The New Rules to Financial Freedom. It sells for $19 on Amazon, but you can get it for a free digital download by clicking the link in the description. If you want to learn more specifically about real estate investing, the BRRRR strategy, how we've grown our portfolio, I have a free masterclass that people pay $3,000 to come live in person in California to learn in person with me teaching that room, but you can get that masterclass for absolutely free by clicking the link below. Finally, if you want to invest into real estate in Michigan, and maybe you're from Michigan, maybe you're not from Michigan, or you want to learn more about our brokerage, the Stefan Group, and either have joined our team as an agent, invested with real estate, or have us help you get into cash flow producing real estate, click the link below, Stefan Group Real Estate, fill out that quick expression of interest form. Someone on our team will reach out to you, set up a call, learn more about you and your goals, see how we can add value to you. Until our next episode, thank you so much for being here. We'll talk soon.